Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Talks by Calculus. In this video, we'll discuss about the latest HPE Aruba Networks SSE, which is formally called as the Access Security. We will start with a quick background of how the edge network is transforming, how cloud era is pushing us to build new strategies for security, then a quick overview of HPE Unified SASE, and we will discuss in detail about the HPE SSE, which is formerly known as I said, Access Security. Followed by that, we will also have a look at licensing details of HPE SSE. Finally, we will wrap up things with a quick walkthrough demo of the solution itself. Okay, let's get in. Let's discuss some of the transformation the edge networks are going through currently. We all know that most of the enterprises are moving their workloads to cloud. It could have be different types, maybe to SaaS, IaaS, or platform as a service, any type, right? In any which way, we need to have a fresh look at the way we are delivering security for a better and secure experience to the organization. Also, the IoT surge does bring in new challenges and pushes us to rethink the way we do security today. And the post-pandemic hybrid and remote work model and the data and applications being omnipresent everywhere, right, makes us produce new ways and innovations to guarantee robust security for our enterprise networks. So in this cloud era, it is very evident that we need new strategies. Let's look at few. If you see on the left side of the screen, this is how the legacy architectures are built, where all the apps were hosted in the data center. You could secure it very well with private and MPLS connections and a big next generation firewall that can perform all security functions as shown in the red circle. But the security perimeter is dissolving as apps move to the cloud, as workers access the apps from laptops, phones, from their homes, and from Starbucks or from hotel, and it's mandatory for security to follow them as well. So we move all security functions which were delivered from on-prem to the cloud as well to support this change, right? Also, in addition to moving these security functions, there are also new things added in, such as zero touch network access, ZTNA, right? You would have definitely heard this term, and cloud access security broker. The main drawbacks of the current implementations are relying on backhauling traffic to a centralized firewall leads to, as you can guess, right, performance bottlenecks and scalability issues. When we have inconsistent security policies across devices and networks, it is also going to be tough days, right, in the office for the operations team, and also it does increase the security risks, right? And VPNs are built only for backhauling to a data center, not for connecting to any cloud-based services, right? They are invented very long back. Let's move to Unified SASE of HPE Aruba Networks. In 2019, when Gartner first introduced the concept of SASE, right, it is an offering combining both SD-WAN capabilities such as routing, dynamic path selection, WAN optimization, etc., right, along with network security functions such as secure web gateway, cloud access security broker, firewall as a service, ZTNA, right, all these to support security needs of an organization, right? On a high level, the branch only have a thin client WAN edge, and the complete security stack will be delivered from the cloud, right? HPE Aruba Networks SASE offering is based on two things: one, Edge Connect SD-WAN, and the Access Security SSE, which we are focusing on today's topic, right? The business values we get out by adapting to a full-blown SASE solution like HPR, protection of business data in private internet and SaaS services. We can have SD-WAN at branch and campus locations to modernize the networks, digital experience monitoring across all locations for better user experience, and simplified policy management across all environments for less management headaches. Just a report from Gartner, right? It is as per prediction of Gartner, by 2025 there will be 65% of enterprises with a consolidated SaaS solution implemented. Now let's have a look into the specifics of HPE Aruba SSE, formerly called as Access Security. There are four main pillars in the solution, right? The first one being ZTNA, Zero Trust Network Access, which is where the users connects from remote locations, wherever they are, back to a private data center, whether it is on-prem or cloud, doesn't matter, right? This will be a replacement of SD-WAN and VDI, but totally different from them in terms of the functionalities, right? Then SWG, Secure Web Gateway, which secures the access while reaching to internet and protect against the online threats. Say a user is working from home and is trying to access internet from his corporate assets, we can apply URL filtering, DNS control, SSL inspection for malware, right, while he is trying to connect to internet. All this can be done. Next is the CASB, Cloud Access Security Broker. It is a feature which supports customers to enable protected or say restricted access to SaaS based applications, by which we can ensure there is no data loss, right? For instance, we can block upload or download from Google Drive or SharePoint, or maybe downloading specific types of files, right, or data from Salesforce applications, etc., right? The fourth main pillar is Digital Experience Monitoring, DEM, right? Access Cloud will continuously monitor the sessions which it have brokered, right, the connections which moved via them, right, with which we will be able to understand the performance, and it will be helpful for us while troubleshooting for any user access issues. The differentiators of Aruba SSE are unified console for all types of policy and management, reporting, everything, right? All types of applications such as internet bound or the one backhauling to data centers will be definitely inspected and also continuously inspected. HPE Aruba SSE uses its smart routing capabilities in the backbone, right? Using cloud backbone, it resides on top of a cloud backbone via very well known cloud providers like AWS, Azure, right, Oracle Cloud, by which access guarantees the optimal path while we move from inter or intra regions. Not only agent based options is available, but there is also a best in class agentless connectivity option available as well. Some organizations will be very interested to test these agentless options for their contractor type users, right? This could be a great use case, definitely. Now let's look at the workflow of HPE SSE in action, right? As you see in the slide, there is the HPE Access Security Cloud, a user who will try to connect to the resources which are kept behind the SSE cloud and hosted in different places such as internet, SaaS, public cloud, and on-prem data center. First and foremost, the user initiates the connection to the cloud. Either it can be agent or agentless, right? Next, the connection will be automatically routed to the nearest POP. The user connection will be mediated and user will be authorized with the username and password. If MFA is configured, a token based authentication will also be done. Next, the access policies will be validated, whether to allow the connection or deny it, right? It will be validated. The thing to note here is when we create the policies, we create it with users, user groups, applications, all other details, right? It does have all the options available. Note, there is no separate policies for ZTNA or CASB or SWG, right? It's just the same policy for everything, but only the action dictates, right? Whether it is going to backhaul to a data center or go via internet, whether to do SSL, whether to block this site, allow this site, everything is mentioned in the policy. After the authorization and rule validations are done, the connection will be brokered by the SSE cloud to the destinations as needed. It can be SWG, CASB or ZTNA, anything. Finally, the connections and communications, right, will be continuously monitored using the digital experience monitoring. We have seen how the remote users can be backhauled to a private DC or break out securely to the internet via SSE cloud. In addition to that, the branch locations can also tunnel all the traffic via an IPsec secure channel to the SSE cloud. From here, the internet traffic can be secured from the single console, right? And also backhauling to data centers are possible, right? The biggest advantage here is that unified place for handling all security policies rather than the management overhead of creating it in different places. If you have a look at the screenshot, this is the one from the policy wizard of Axis Cloud Management Portal. You can notice that all types of policies are configured here from the single place, as I told earlier. No separate tabs or windows for each options, right? Each feature such as ZTNA, CASB, etc. HPE Aruba SSE have the smart routing capability with which traffic can travel across any edges or any POPs via any cloud vendors like AWS, Google, or Oracle or Azure via the optimal path, right? Compared to other SSE vendors, HPE SSE with smart routing can provide the fastest path to reach a destination while also providing better redundancy and auto failover by default to ensure continuous reliability. Using latency telemetry, it will automatically select most optimal path end to end, right? Starting from the user machines all the way up to the server, whether there could be multiple POPs it goes through or even single POP, right? It doesn't matter. End to end, we guarantee that there is optimal path provided, right, between every hop, right? In this case, on the screen as well, you can see that the best path is selected end to end, right? So if you see, the Edge Connect agent finds the best path via all available POPs to reach as a connector which is available somewhere in US, and then once selected, right, it will select the most optimal path and continues to use that path. There is over 10,000 SaaS applications to choose natively from in the management portal of Axis, and in turn these can be used for SWG or CASB functionalities as required. We can safely say that by placing all applications to be accessed behind the HPE SSE cloud perimeter, and also by inspecting all the connections continuously, right, all the content for any threats or anything else, right, that supports us in minimizing the exposure, right, to any malware or other types of attacks, as you see, right. Also, the least privilege user options, which is securely connecting to the applications based on the specific policies provided for a user, and server to server segmentation options. These options enables us to reduce the lateral movements, and we can prevent data loss by enabling DLP options which are available. Along with that, we get visibility into malicious activities as well, right? Say monitor the SSH commands used completely, right, by a contractor, and we can also check the protocol types used and whatever files have been downloaded. All options are available. In terms of digital experience monitoring, you can see that on the screenshot, right, this I have taken from my lab, right. We can clearly see that there is hop by hop statistics for a particular connections, right. We do have multiple other useful user level data available as a part of digital experience monitoring, which we can utilize as well. Next, the use cases, right? Say a use case for ZTNA will be when we need to provide endpoint control and visibility, and we have to replace our legacy VPN solution, right, with cloud options. And when we want to use both, right, agent or agentless options, right, to utilize both of them for ZTNA. Those could be the use cases for ZTNA. And for SWG, right, when we want to monitor and inspect all our web traffic and perform malicious code detections and control the web access, and also provide protection for URL, DNS, and contents, right? So those could be the use cases for SWG, and the use cases of CASB could be, right, shadow IT, right, and you ensure that your sensitive data remains protected and prevent from data loss, right? These could be the use cases for CASB. What are the benefits of HPE SSE? First, under security, we all know that we secure zero trust access to all applications, meaning like we eliminate attack surface, enforce least privilege, right? As we discussed, we only allow specific connections as required and protect against ransomware, shadow IT, data loss, everything. And in terms of productivity, HPE SSE delivers the best performance by doing smart routing in the backbone of the HPE SSE. We ensure that they receive quick, seamless access to the applications and data, right? And our administrators can obviously control everything from a single pane of glass, right, which is the access portal itself. And finally, simplicity, right? We optimize our business with one single solution, unified solution, and cost savings are there. And finally, we effortlessly scale when you go for any cloud option, right? Cloud delivered platforms, you get the option to scale easily compared to an on-prem solution. Let's have a quick look at the licensing details of HPE SSE on a high level. In terms of licensing, we have 4 types: Foundation, Foundation Plus, Advanced, and Advanced Plus. As you see on the table, each will have specific functionalities available in them. Only when you go for Advanced Plus, you get all the functionalities. Say when you go for only Advanced, you lose the Advanced DLP functionality. So similar to that, right? And along with these feature tiers, we need a customer success package, right, which is nothing but the support related things. Then a minimum of 12 months of subscription is must, right? And volume based pricing options are available. Say when you go for 100 user license, the price differs where when you go for a 10,000 user license, right? I'm hoping you will get it for a lower price. Now let's get into the demo quickly. If you see the screen, I already have a lab setup built with connectors deployed in Dubai and Mexico labs, right? You can consider them as my private data centers. Also, we have the remote user roaming around Dubai, which will be my laptop, obviously. I will quickly walk you through the clientless and client-based user access to applications hosted in internet and in the private data centers, right? Also, a very quick glimpse of the management portal, I will give it to you. Let's start. The portal which you see on the screen is the Access User portal. Think you are a user, you need to connect and access specific applications of your enterprise. You will be provided this portal. This is the clientless page. Say for example, if I log into this, I have hosted some test applications already. You will be able to see that I'm able to see SSH server and a host machine, right? The actual private IP addresses of those host machines are 192.168.88, right, which is my Mexico lab subnet, right, LAN subnet. And how do I connect to them? So this is an RDP. I'll be able to connect via the browser itself, right? Let me connect quickly. Here you go. You're able to access to the RDP machine without any issues, right? Next, let's go back. And then we will try to connect to the SSH, right? And here you go. It's connecting and we have been connected successfully, right? The other thing we can do is we can use the PuTTY or any other desktop clients which we have installed to access. It gives us the keys which we can use to connect. So we can open command prompt, use it to get in. You should be able to get in. Yes, we are able to get in. Another option is for SSH, we can open the T SSH port 22, open, copy the username, just use that code given, so you will be directly logged in, right? So we can log in both ways. And for RDP as well, if you see, we have an RDP launcher. We can download that and just open it up. You should be able to connect via the RDP application in your laptop, right? It just prompts for the username password. Let me do that. Yep, here you go, the same RDP machine which I connected earlier. I'm able to connect via the application also. Now let's have a quick look at the management console and we'll come back to this. So let me log into this. Yep, I'm in. So we have to provide the workspace name, which is your tenant, and this is the dashboard which gives you data about who connected and when they have connected, right? And we have the digital experience monitoring section, right? Example, let me quickly show you those hop by hop statistics, right, which I generated. Let me check if I have. Actually, it's been quite some time since I used this. Let's try. Hope the log will be available still. If I load it, yeah, you see those logs are available. If I have to zoom out a bit, actually. Yeah, you see all the connections, right? You can check for different connections, right? Which path it have taken, what is the latency between each hop, right? All these details you can get, and other user specific statistics are also available. Currently there is no, because I was not running this lab for a long time, right? It is not continuously running. And okay, this is the policy page where we create all the policies, actions, right? Say name for the policy, and for the user who the access applies to, and we also can apply some posture, say check whether the Windows machine is up to date for certain things, and which destinations we are allowed to access, and if needed we can add decryption profiles. All those things can be done in the single policy, right? If you see, the second line is actually SWG policy. It's just because I'm trying to allow access only to streaming media, whereas the first policy I am trying to restrict certain accesses to Box and Google Drive. That makes that a CASB policy. And then if you see this rule, right, in this rule I am trying to restrict access back to my lab, right, in Dubai and Mexico, which makes it the ZTNA policy. So as I told you, this policy page is a single place where you create all types of policy, right? And then settings, we do have all other options. I have showed you that I have created some connectors. You will be able to see this connectors here. Let me zoom in a bit, and you see my Mexico and all other connectors. And we can have zones, right? If you see, I have added my lab Mexico connector 1 and Mexico lab connector 2 in this connector zone, Mexico lab zone, right? And then there is also a failover one which I created for testing purpose, which I added to the failover zone. So technically, if both the connectors in a given failover zone goes down, then the failover zone will take over. The connector in the failover zone will take over. So right, we'll discuss about these things in detail in another video, but on a high level you can see that I have created connector zones, and tunnels is the place where you create static tunnels to any third party, right, IPsec tunnels. And we can also install agent me open it up. Right, you just have to provide your credentials. Let me logged out. Yeah, I'm already logged out. Let me connect to that. We can do a lot of other things in this agent as well. Say example, we can restrict users from the option of pausing this connection, right, disconnecting from that, so that that option will eventually be not available for the users, so they will not be able to turn off the agent at any given time. So once this is connected, right, establishing, connecting, yeah, already connected, sorry. So once this is connected, what we can do is we can access those applications natively. If you remember the IP, I think it's 192.168.160. So yeah, so the same machine now I can directly connect as well. Right? Yep, you see that, right? It's gonna ask me for that username, password. Yeah, you see I'm able to connect. So we can use both client or clientless. We can do device postures and every options we have discussed so far. If in case you need an in-depth demo on this platform, please feel free to reach to us in the given contact details right at the end of this video. I hope this video have been informative for you, right? Please feel free to reach back to us if you have any questions in regards with HP's SSE offering, right? Calculus will be happy to support you, right? And please like, share and subscribe to the video. Right? We'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.